So, everyone, remember when I said that this was going to be a future project? Well, it is, because this video will be released later. However, I'm still working on this MetaMech, by the way, so this will be far in the future than even saw the MetaMech series, because that will probably be finished. Either that, or either finished, or I would have intertwined the series somehow. But, yeah, you can see this isn't working. I'm just so desperate to see how this calendar function works. Yes, that's right, Smith's calendar alarm clock. I don't know anything about this other than I saw in an Australian catalogue someone uploaded to the internet that this model is called Calendar. That's all I know. This is called Calendar. I don't know, I think that was a late 50s catalogue, and by looking at this, that probably makes sense. Late 50s, maybe early 60s. So, glass front. So this is probably, considering the plastic time cal was 1959, this is probably 58 or something. So, blimey. Yeah, there's definitely a spring problem with this, but I'm just so desperate to see how this calendar works that I'm just going to open this up now and just show everyone. Because I bet everyone's going, oh, let's see the calendar. So, standard Smiths, because this is going to be the first episode of the series, I'm going to do it properly, not just tear it apart quick, to see what the calendar looks like. So, as always, I will clear the space, say the MetaMech never existed in the first place, and undo these winding keys. And you can see, by the way, I've got the original instructions on the bottom here. If you want to read them, I shall focus it, and you can... Why is there this grease on the lens or something? Why is this not focused? There we go. If you want to read it, you can pause it now. And this says calendar setting knob, just there on a very dirty label. So, yeah. This is standard Smith stuff, by the way. I'm just doing what I know. I don't know about this. Oh, that just comes off as well. Okay, very nice. Next step, get bezel off with screwdriver twist, like that. Undo base, like that. Diddly dum. Okay, glass lens is off. Dusty dial is visible. That is a dusty dial. It's like a crusty old rabbit. There we go, look at that. Interesting sort of mid-century kind of thing going on. We got lovely gold, pointy, mid-century style hands, and a very nice radial dial. Very of its time, I think, if this is when I think it's from. But yeah, very nice thing. Lovely looking clock. Very much something I would have probably bought if I had the money and was in the time. So, by the way, if you're curious, may as well show you now. It's not just a calendar that's just there. It does actually increase as you go around the clock. Every 12 hours, not 12, every 24 hours, it goes up. And there's no detecting it's 31, it goes up to 39 and then back to 0 again, so that's why you can adjust it through there. So let's get these nuts off, which are all there, which I think now, I used to think this is pretty unusual for a Smiths, all the nuts being there, because usually people just say doesn't need them anymore, and usually either take them all off or leave like one or two on there to use them for something, shenanigans. But the paint on here is ridiculous. This is definitely worthy of a repainting. However, getting past that paper bit on the bottom, unless I could just mask off and just paint from up here, because down there is fine. But yeah, this would definitely be something I'd like to repaint. Oh, there's a label on the back as well. Mask everything off, maybe we can peel it off without damaging it. So, are we ready for this, everyone? Are we ready? I don't think we are. Maybe I should leave it. Okay, ooh, spring. Okay, what we got here? Right. We have a date code saying either 90098, which is very unlikely because this is probably not from either 1990 or 2009, unless these are not date codes and I got it all wrong, but usually it's an H for some reason, an H or another letter like that. I don't know what the letters are for at all, but it is a year, such as 1959 would be 59, and May would be 5. So this, I think, is probably more likely to be 1960, June 60. Usually they have a date stamp on the back as well, under the hands, but I can't seem to see one. Maybe it's just very... Oh wait, I can see it on the back. Ah, it does say 60. Okay then. How does that explain that the plastic time cal has a plastic lens? Maybe it's just not original. I'm going to go for that. So therefore, all the time calness of it is fine. Someone probably replaced the glass lens with the plastic one, and all the calculations are back to normal as if nothing ever happened. So, a quick peek under there. Ooh, what's going on? What is that coming out? What is that? What on earth is that? That is a dead fly or something. Right, we don't want that in there. I can see now that there's all calendar shenanigans going on. Let's take off these hands. I don't want to rush it because I might break them. Also, delicate aluminium dial on there. There we go, off comes Mr. Minute. I should probably remember what time it was. I think it was 8 o'clock, but I can't remember. So, alarm at 6, time at 8. Well, I'm taking this apart. What am I talking about? I'm not going to put this back on again. Right, hands are off. I could have left the hour hand on there, because Smiths usually have the hour hand on the back of it. But, oh, what was this? Okay. New things to see here. Right. Usually, this is all there is. This plate is not usually there. Hopefully those aren't rivets. So there, that is our calendar special dial with holes at the bottom. I don't know why they moved the word Smith so far up. They could have put it a bit lower down because it gets covered by the hands a little bit. But they did it for some reason. I don't know what that is. So it looks like we've got another layer of face here and a little mirror finish, which I'm not going to show. You probably see my face already in reflections of lenses and all kinds of stuff. But I prefer not to show it. Okay, right. So do you know what the disappointing thing is? It's literally just this thing. Oh, that's interesting, okay. And then the only calendar part of the clock is this, which is... looks like it's... I don't know. Oh, there's a circlip in there, holding that in. I don't know if you can see it. There's a circlip there, and that's holding that in. But apart from that, then I can just go along to any Smith's alarm clock movement and stick a calendar on there. Good to know because it's good for spare parts, but oh, okay, maybe not. There's an extra wheel on there. Okay, well, we'll go through this in a minute. So, this is, to be honest, I don't know what I'm talking about here. I don't know how any of this works. I don't know much about calendar dials at all, and I was hoping getting this, which I think might be quite an unusual clock, actually. You don't see many of these calendar clocks, if any, many at all. Yeah. You got to get it at 6 o'clock, then you can change it, which I assume is now, because then the thing's not in the way of it. And this increases the, what's the name, and there's something inside there that when it gets to a certain amount, it will also increase that one. So there's probably, yeah, there it is. Can you see there, one of the teeth down? Oh, let me show you. There, that tooth there, let's focus. That tooth there has a bit down on it, but the other ones don't. That is where the 9 is, and that is advancing the 10 digit of the month, not month, pardon me, of the date. So we got to the end of it, and that's because it's 29. I don't know what's happening. There we go. I've been doing it the wrong way around, that's why. So you can change it up all like that. All good, change the date and everything, and it works like that. So, there we go. Simple spring mechanism to keep it locked in the date. And it's a bit of a shame that they did all this engineering to come up with something that you don't really see on any clocks at all. I've only ever seen, I think, 4 or 5 of Smith's alarm clock, well, Smith's clocks with calendars in them, ever, to be honest. I don't know why they didn't, maybe they didn't sell well or something, maybe they were just too expensive just for a feature they thought no, but I don't know. So yeah, this is a standard Smith's movement. I will be servicing this on camera soon. I don't know what on earth has happened to this spring. It's probably fixable, to be honest. I can just rebend the end of that spring. Barely any of it is broken off. So that should be an interesting thing to do. If you've got any questions about this, because it's quite an unusual thing, I'm not expecting any because no one does. But if you're curious, just go, oh yeah, what's that? And I can send you a picture or something if you're curious about a certain part that I haven't covered in the video. So that's the inside of the case, standard, except for the extra hole. And yeah, back to the Metamech, I guess. I was just so much dying to see what this is like, and I'll put all this in a pot to show another time. Because this is, well, it was pretty interesting until I already showed you. This is really unserviceable stuff here. It's all riveted to that, and it's already in good condition. Maybe the numbers could get a clean up or something, but, you know, I was expecting it to be sort of connected to this more. But, to be honest, it's probably the most economical thing to do, like that. So, good job, Smiths. I mean, I didn't design this, so, you know, I'm not a designer of movements, so I can't really say if it's bad. But, you know, there we go. And I will put all this roughly back together, so it's nice and together, like that. Like that. Got an interesting little dial thing going on. And like that. Okay, and I'll put this, along with the bits and pieces I took off of it, into a pot somewhere. So, that was episode 1. Hope you enjoyed it. Now we know what's inside the Smiths Alarm calendar clock. Or just the calendar. Calendar.